Checked out a few of these videos. I've gotten a few perspectives. I've gotten a few skewed perspectives, in fact, of how reality is supposed to work. But I guess that is the world in which the OnlyFans girl lives. If you're interested in more content like this, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel to not miss any updates. Also smash that post notifications bell right next to the subscribe button. Today's video is called OnlyFans Girl Thinks Marriage is a Good Deal for Men, but can't say why, which doesn't surprise me, so let's get it.
Make a compelling argument why men should get married.
If you're not religious, it's really, really difficult to give a compelling reason because I believe it's a spiritual thing. I believe it's just a fulfillment of your duty as a man of God. So if you're not religious in any way, then why bother?
Okay. All right.
Well,
let's move on then.
You think that if somebody's not religious, they like, what's the point in getting married if you're not religious? Is that
No, I'm just saying for a man from his perspective, if he's not
I
religious.
mean, that's what I'm saying.
And doesn't
I
believe. Yeah, if you don't believe you're fulfilling God's.
Why?
I
will
can't think
for
of a single reason on planet Earth why a secularist would get married. A secularist man, man who is absent religion. I can't think of a single compelling reason for him to get married in today's market.
I mean, and it's good that he says today's market, because I think marriages almost these days, most marriages, I'm not saying all, but most marriages unfortunately are transactions, like business transactions. I don't think there's any more authenticity to it. There's any more real, how can I say, commitment to it. I just think people are in it for perhaps a quick cash grab here and there, just to reap the benefits of the marriage, and then they bounce. Unfortunately, that's why the divorce rate is so high.
What about children?
You think that it's not, wait.
They can have children absent marriage.
Yeah, but like, isn't that the whole like men's thing, that it's like the man's name passed on through generations? And
Yeah, his
like,
name will still pass on to the next generation. You can still have children without
Yeah,
getting
I
married.
still have my
That's
dad's
whole
last
point.
name, even though my mom and dad were never married. So that's not a compelling reason, but I definitely think there's other reasons why you would want to get married to somebody even if you're not religious.
Like what?
Like financially, it would be smart. And
Okay, financially would be. That's the first answer she gives, which doesn't surprise me. Financially would be a smart thing to do. Why? Because she can benefit off of it. That's the way she thinks of marriage.
it can be if
Let's
done the
do
right
one.
way.
Let's do 1 point at a time.
Yeah, 1 point at a time.
Okay.
All right. So you said financially. Is it a smart financial decision if you end up divorced?
No, not for a man. no.
Well, you don't get married with the intention to get divorced. I don't think
What's the
anyone that's
divorce
like
rate?
walking down the aisle is like, I'm going to divorce this guy in 20 years.
Right. But do you think? Okay. So here's the thing, though, with this whole like. Well, no one has the intention of getting married and sorry, there's a bug tripping me out, with the intention of getting divorced, right?
Yeah.
But people who go into the marriage anticipating that this is going to be the person that I'm going to stay with forever, I really love them, everything's great. Those people, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 10 year down the road, invariably end up getting divorced.
Yeah, I'm aware that most marriages do end in divorce. I'm aware that like it's not super probable that you will be that 1 in 1,000 or 1 in a million person that won't get divorced, but I don't think anyone goes into a marriage.
I do think, and an argument that they made earlier is about the whole religion thing, and more so to speak, religious people get married than non-religious people. I do think that plays a significant role in the divorce rate. I think if you believe it's a commitment from God, you will commit more to it, because you'll, in some way, shape or form, you'll be bounded to it. You'll be committed to it because you know it's your obligation. But if you're not religious, you have nothing to fall back on. You have no moral high ground. You're just getting married for the sake of getting married and reaping the benefits of the marriage. So I do think that the divorce rate is so high, perhaps because maybe more people have strayed from religion. Maybe more people have become atheists. Maybe. There's not a proven statistic by any means. I'm talking under correction, but that could be a possible cause.
Willingly thinking that
Yeah, sure. But let us assume for a minute that 48%, or almost half, of everybody who played contact sports got brain damaged. So this is half of everybody who plays it, not professionally, just they play it, they get brain damaged. And your son came to you and said, Mom, I want to play contact sports. Would you tell him not to?
You would.
No, but I'm not saying like okay. So, all I'm saying is that it's like if there's other reasons to get married. I'm not
Right,
saying that
you would tell
there's
him to
not
go ahead and
reasons to
play
get
him?
divorced. What?
That-
I
You would tell him to go ahead and play him?
if my son wanted to play football, a contact sport, I'm not going to stop him on the probability that he could get hurt. You could get hurt.
No.
No, see, that's why I disagree. I think you'll allow your child to do whatever he or she wants, but as a mother, you have that motherly instinct to protect and nurture. So her saying that she won't warn him at all and say go ahead, even though the probability of you getting hurt is above 50%, I think is illogical.
No, that's not. I want you to focus on this. So right now, because I think you're misinterpreting what I'm saying to you. Right now, your chances of having some type of long-term injury, playing just kind of regular contact sport, high school football, basketball, things like that, they're not very high.
Yeah.
That your chance of getting a long-term injury, very, very low. But let us assume for a minute that the chances were half. 50% of all people who played contact sports were going to get some type of serious injury. Wouldn't you tell your son not to do that then?
Of course you would.
No.
No, you would.
Even if
What?
I'm not going to tell
Really?
I'm not going to tell my son that he's not allowed to play sports if there's a 50% chance that he could get hurt.
Okay,
I would tell him
well, let me ask
I would
you
tell
a
him to
different
wipe off
question.
I would tell him
Let
to
me
wipe
ask
it
you-
off and
let me
get
ask
back
you a
up and do it
different one.
again.
He just said
If
he's
50% of the women that your son could potentially sleep with had HIV, would you tell him not to sleep with women?
Yes.
I would tell him to wear protection.
until they were married, or until there was a seriously a firm foundation where they knew that
Okay, we've gotten the point of this. You would still warn him against it, but going out and saying that you won't encourage him, if you know the divorce rate is that high. Okay, I agree with him saying that it's his choice to get married. It's the daughter or the son's choice to get married. It's their lives, but you would caution them against the idea if the divorce rate was that high. But it's an interesting debate to be had. Let me know in the comment section, for interest's sake, what is your take? Do you think it is worth getting married in today's society? Whether you're a man or a woman, I want to know your opinion in the comment section. I appreciate you watching up until here. You are amazing, and I'll see you next time.